Hi everyone, Happy New Year to you all. We have a great question for you today, and I think this is a question that is really going to get your 2018 off to an absolutely brilliant start. And it's a question, as the title of the video says, it's a question about whether you should prioritize your book or your business. So I'm really excited to answer that. But before I do, if you haven't met me, I'm Cheryl Muir and I'm a media and publishing strategist based in the UK. I work with authors now, but before that I worked with multinationals and I won the media coverage in places like the Wall Street Journal, the Globe and Mail, BBC, and more recently in my work with authors, places like Inc.com, Forbes, Mind Body Green, Huffington Post, Elephant Journal, as well as lots of different magazines, podcasts and local radio stations. So, that all being said, I am also collaborating with Mary Shaw's on the Aspiring Author Workshop, which is Sunday, January 14th. So really looking forward to co-hosting that with Mary and would really encourage you to join us. The details are going to be in the comments below, so do check that out. And let's get to our question. So the question comes in from Shamar Skylar. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It's a beautiful name and I hope I didn't just butcher it. So the question was, I am writing a fantasy novel while getting my business off the ground. I keep trying to write for just 1 hour a day, but my business always comes first as it needs to. And I end up not writing for periods of time. Do you think I should wait until my business is more established or keep trying to balance them out? This is an absolutely brilliant question. Give me some hearts. Tap the heart button if this really resonates with you and if this is something that you really want to know the answer to. I say that because this is such a great question. Fiction is something really close to my heart, and when I wrote my first novel, I was actually in a day job. I was in an admin job, and the reality was I needed to have that job to keep myself sustained financially, to keep paying the rent and to keep doing all those things. So it is a really valid and a very, very practical question. Now this particular question is for those of you who are writing books that's not necessarily related to your business or your stream of income. So it's a passion project. It could be a Happy New Year, Lavinia. I hope you're doing really, really well and had a beautiful new year. Whereabouts in the world are you? I'm guessing you are out somewhere near myself. I'm in the UK. I'm guessing you're in the UK or Europe, so let me know. Yeah, so this question is really for those of you who are writing things like memoir and novels, and it's not necessarily connected to your mainstream of income. Now, when Mary and I are doing the Aspiring Author Workshop, it is really focused on non-fiction, not on novels and not on fiction. But I do think these three tips will really help all of you. So my 3 tips in terms of whether you should be prioritizing your business or your book are these 3 things. 1, decide on your why. 2, set writing goals, and 3, find pockets of time. So I'll explain each of those points in a little bit more detail. So decide on your why. What that means is decide why you're writing this book. Now Shamar has already done this, deciding that the novel that is being written, the fantasy novel, is not a priority in terms of business, and obviously focusing on your business makes the most sense in that particular situation. But I'd really, really encourage you to look at the book you're writing and ask yourself, what am I here for? In my course that I run, Book Blast Bootcamp, which is relaunching in the next month or so actually, which is really, really exciting. It used to run as a group program and it's becoming a digital course, and I'm really excited to offer that. One thing I ask is, are you here for business or pleasure? And what that means is your book connected to your business or is it a passion project? There's no right or wrong answer, but when you know why you're writing it, that really helps you to make those decisions along the way. And it also keeps you on track and keeps you motivated. So point number 2, tip number 2, was to set some writing goals. So what I'd really recommend for you, Shamar, is to really look at the novel that you're writing and look at the total word count that you want it to be. So fiction can be anywhere from 50,000 words on the lower end all the way through to 110,000 words. So pick a word count in there. When I was writing my novel, which I'm still currently writing, is I basically picked 60,000 words as my goal. It ended up coming a little short of that. It was 54,000 words. But what that enabled me to do was to look at 60,000 words and then divide it up by the amount of time that I had. So you say that you're looking to find an hour a day and then you end up not writing for periods of time. I would actually say that what you need to do, and this is coming into point number 3 now, finding pockets of time, is to instead of trying to commit to that 1 hour a day, which is really honourable and it really is a big commitment, and I do commend you for that. Sometimes that can be a little much. An hour a day sitting down writing can feel really intense. So what you can do, once you know how long your novel's going to be and you're really breaking that up, then you can find these pockets of time. So it might be 15 minutes as you're on the train or waiting for the train, or you might be waiting for an appointment, or perhaps it's 15 minutes between one business call and the next, and you're just writing down ideas, or you're writing part of your book then. And when you know what your writing goal is, which is point number 2, you can basically break that down. So it might be, let's keep it really simple. Maybe it is a 60,000 word book and you've decided you want it to be published in a year and you're factoring in about 2 months for production. Let's just assume you're going the self-publishing route rather than traditional, because that complicates timelines a little bit for the point of the example. That gives you 10 months to write those 60,000 words. So let's roughly divide that by 10 months. You're looking at 6,000 words a month. And although the maths isn't exact, that's about 1,500 words a week. 1,500 words is about 2 blog posts. So once you have that weekly writing goal, then you can find those pockets of time of 15 minutes here and there to maybe write 300 words or 500 words, and do that a couple of times a week. And then you get to your 1,500 words a week. Keep doing that, you get to your 6,000 words a month. And then ultimately, if you keep on track, you will get to the 60,000 words in 10 months. So what you can do as well is adjust as you go. So if you find that's too much, or if you find you're able to do more, you can adjust and have your novel published sooner or later. But this is a really great question. So those tips again was decide on your why, set your writing goals, and then find those pockets of time. This is something that I'm going to be really vulnerable with you now and share something that a lot of people in my position wouldn't. I have prioritized my business over writing my fiction novel. So I do have a fiction novel that's out called Angel of the Night, and it's part 1 of 3. I'm writing books 2 and 3 at the moment. Book 2 is nearly done. Book 3 has a ways to go. It's about 20% of the way written. It's about 20% of the way through the first draft. Can't get my words out there. And I have made a conscious decision to prioritize my business and prioritize helping other people to publish their books. And that's been a very conscious decision, and it's been the right one. And it's a very practical thing too. At the end of the day, you need to be supported when you're writing this book. So do prioritize the way that you earn your living, but at the same time, try and balance out writing your book and find those tiny little pockets of time of 15-20 minutes. You can even type on your iPhone as you're going for a walk or waiting for an appointment or whatever it might be. And when those blasts of inspiration hit you, use that and do a writing sprint for 15 to 20 minutes. Those 15 to 20 minutes will become really productive. You can get through maybe 500 to 600 words in 20 minutes if you can type reasonably quickly, rather than saying, I have to sit here for an hour and try and bleed these words out onto the page when I'm not feeling particularly inspired. Does that make sense? So I hope that really serves you. As I said, Mary and I will be going into this in a lot more detail in the Aspiring Author Workshop on January 14th, which is a Sunday. The details are going to be down in the comments below, and I'd really encourage you to join. It's even though the question today was related to fiction, the workshop is focused on non-fiction, so self-help, spirituality, personal development, memoir, those kinds of genres. And Mary's, well, we're both being particularly generous, but Mary is being so generous with the information she's providing. And as part of the workshop, she's providing things like chapter outlines and templates. She's even providing a section of the proposal that won her a $10,000 contract with Hay House. She won the Writers Workshop contest from the Chicago event, not last year, the year before, 2016, because we're into a new year now, and exciting times ahead for sure. But Mary is actually including that section of her proposal as well. So I'd really encourage you to join us for that. And whether you join us or not, I really hope you're finding this Aspiring Author Q&A series really, really informative. If you have any questions, do please pop them down below and myself or Mary will get back to you. Mary has been on a meditation retreat. She's going to be back in a couple of days. So I've been doing a bit of a Facebook page takeover here. And thank you so much, all of you, for being so welcoming. And Lavinia, you're in Philadelphia. I think it's quite late there, isn't it, in Philly? I haven't been to Philadelphia myself, but I've been to Pittsburgh. I know that's a bit of a rival town as far as sports goes, isn't it? But it's a really, really beautiful corner of the world. I really enjoyed being there, and the people were so warm and loving and friendly. I got a really, really warm welcome. And thank you for giving me a warm welcome here on the page. I'm really, really grateful. So thank you. If you want to find out more about me, I'll tag my Facebook page in the description for the video up top, and the details for the workshop are down below. Wishing you an amazing 2018, and I will no doubt speak to you in the next couple of days. Bye for now.